Hi everybody, this is Lance with Lifting with Asperger's. This is going to be our second video. We're going to be going through some of the basics of what Asperger's is, some of the symptoms, diagnosis, some of the things that I deal with. So let's go ahead and get started. So Asperger's used to be a single diagnosis. It was first found in like the 1940s, but then in 2013 they changed that and just kind of lumped it into ASD, which is autism spectrum disorder. So it's no longer diagnosed by itself. It's just lumped in to autism, which I don't particularly agree with. I don't think I'm autistic at all. But I'm not an expert, so we'll just go with it. But needless to say, it's a neurodivergent disorder. We mainly deal with social issues and cues. So those are just some of the history of it. It's usually diagnosed in kids between the ages of like 5 and 9. It's very rarely diagnosed in adults. I actually didn't get it diagnosed until I was, I think, 37 maybe. It was about 7 years ago, so it was 36, 37 when I got diagnosed. And I got diagnosed while going through marriage counseling, and we ultimately got divorced. But the psychiatrist kind of figured out some things with me. We started doing private sessions, and he diagnosed me with Asperger's. So that's the history of how I found out I had it. But let's just go ahead and go through a couple symptoms. I actually have my iPad with me here, so I'm going to read some of the symptoms off and then go back through and kind of just pick some of them out to talk about on my own personal issues. So what happened? Sorry, let me refresh this. Here we go. Okay. I am not getting anything on my iPad right now. Why is this not working? There we go. Okay. So here are some of the symptoms, and you'll notice as I talk that you're probably going to realize some of these. So generally, these are just generalizations. Not everybody has all of them. Some people only have a couple of them, but these are just general symptoms. Have trouble making eye contact. We feel awkward in social settings. We have trouble responding to people in conversations. We miss social cues that other people find obvious. We struggle to read body language. We don't really understand facial expressions that well. We don't show emotions very well. We speak in a flat, robotic tone. I am in a sauna, so I'm going to have to wipe my face a couple times. We talk a lot about one topic. Generally the hobby, we tend to hyper-focus on one thing, and that's kind of what we do. We repeat things and phrases, movements. We dislike change, and we tend to keep the same schedule and habits. And so I'm gonna go through a couple of these in my personal experience, and just let you know, I've gone through therapy. I've learned how to deal with a lot of my issues, but it's not always easy for us. And so generally, if we've got a lot of stress going on, a lot of anxiety, our symptoms will be way more prevalent. Stress things, like one of the biggest things that stress for us is relationships. That will pretty much set us into what we consider to be a red zone. So relationships are very difficult for us, and it's usually what brings most of our symptoms on. And so that's one of the big issues that I had to deal with in my life. So let's go ahead and I'll just start with keeping the same schedule and habits. This is big for me. Like time is my big thing as an aspy. I do almost the same thing every single day. It doesn't matter. It snowed here in Texas the past couple days. It was freezing rain, snow, ice on the roads. I still came to the gym at the exact time every day, did my workouts, did not change my schedule at all. This is how I am. For me, in my relationships, it was a big issue because my ex-wife, my ex-girlfriends, they absolutely hate it because every day I'm going to do the same thing no matter what. It's just known. I don't deviate very rarely. If I am going to deviate, I need advance notice that something else is going on and I have to. It pretty much sets me off to be like planning to do something and then that changes last minute. Like it like messes my entire mood up. And then I will like have an episode. So as far as I go, I know that's part of one of my Asperger's things. Dislike change. Yeah, we absolutely dislike change. Like if we hate to have to move. We hate to change shopping places. I go to the same convenience store every morning and get the same drink and the same pack of donuts every single day. Like it's just what we do. Like we have our habits and we stick to it. Repeat words, phrases, and movements. I do this a lot. I will repeat myself over and over again. I tend to tap my foot, twiddle my fingers, or tap them on the table or something if I'm getting stressed or anxious about things. It really shows a lot. So I definitely do this. The one topic thing, this is big for us. We generally will hyper focus on one thing. For me, it's always been fitness. Since I've known about fitness, I've been into it. I love working out. I'll talk to you for hours about it. One of my other ones is the Bible and the Hebrew language. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I'll talk to you nonstop for hours. You will walk away because I don't stop talking about it if it's brought up. I know my kids, all three of them, they have their things right now, and we generally grow out of things from kid to adulthood. But one of my kids, Pokemon, loves Pokemon, knows everything about every single Pokemon there is, all 8,000 of them, however many there is. He loves Pokemon. My other son loves dinosaurs. He's 7 years old and can spell out the names of dinosaurs that are 30 or 40 letters long, tell you everything about every single dinosaur there is. It's just his thing. He loves them. My youngest son is 5. He loves tractors. He loves trucks. He can tell you everything about those at 5. Like we hyper focus on something, learn everything we can about it. It's just what we do. So that's one of the issues I know I have. Showing few emotions. This is something I really had to learn to deal with and figure out. A lot of therapy went into this. A lot of the sessions I went to, trying to figure out how to be empathetic, what love really is, how to be a good dad, which I love my kids. Having kids definitely like helped me with my emotions and knowing what emotions really are. Before that, I don't know. I think I pretty much faked most of my emotions. I did what I thought was supposed to be done in situations, or said what I thought was supposed to be said. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people like knew, okay, well, it sounds fake. So emotions are a big thing for us that we just don't understand. It takes a lot of effort for us to like figure those things out. And I know this is kind of going long now, so we're at the 8 or 9 minute mark almost. So I'll just pick one more, and we'll go with I guess social cues. Yeah, this is a big thing for me. I don't take social cues well. It's very difficult for me to read body language in people and tones and voice. I don't. I've gotten better than I used to be, but I still don't fully grasp it all the time. For those of you who know me, you probably know the first time we ever met, I did not come up and talk to you. I generally wait and let people come to me. If you notice, I'm not even looking at the camera right now, which one of the eye contact things. We just, like I said, we're not good at eye contact, so a lot of times I won't even look at the camera. So yeah, social cues is another big thing for us. Now, if you have a kid with Asperger's or you're dating somebody with Asperger's, they can go to therapy. They're all specialists. They're going to tell you it's autism. They're not going to diagnose it as Asperger's. They may say Asperger's, but that's not going to be what the diagnosis is. They'll just lump it into ASD. there's not any real medications we can take. It's just a neurodivergent thing. We tend to be stressed. We tend to have a lot of anxiety. Being in large crowds tends to really affect us. Having to know that we're going to do something off our schedule affects us. So it's very difficult for those of you who deal with people with Asperger's, as in relationships or kids. I know that my ex-wife never lets me forget it. But I know I was difficult. The best thing to do is learn the symptoms, learn how to mitigate the outburst in the episodes. Don't push us on issues if we're not wanting to talk. Give us space when we need it. We'll come to you whenever we can handle it. But yeah, those are just some of the basics of Asperger's. If you have any questions, shoot me a comment. Next video, I'll probably do some lifting stuff for you guys, since that is my big thing. Probably show a couple of videos of me lifting, talk about being, middle-aged man who is still into fitness, how it affects me. I know it helps my Asperger's a lot to be fit. So I'll probably do a video on that next. Hit the follow, hit the subscribe, like it. See you guys next time.